One shot.
One of the most important tools that I give every groom when they leave in here is a couple of pocket squares in their pocket, the Irish linens. Why? Somebody's going to cry.
Right, right.
Well, you should have that available. I mean, it's an old gentleman thing to do, not the one just only have here, but have one in your pocket. So there are things that we do that kind of put them at ease.
But I like that because these are things that I don't even think about, and you're putting them at ease. I never know I should have another shirt. I didn't think about crying.
It's a monkey on their back, and our job is to take that pressure off of them, and then you place it on ours. And that's like anything else. You have to trust people with the professional advice that they're going to give you. Whether it's the photographer, you trust that they're going to do the right thing for you. It's the same way in here. It should never be an adversarial, confrontational sort of a deal. We're there to kind of, the end result is a beautiful wedding, and we want to be part of it. It's a small part of it, but we want to be part of it.
I love that you use a big word, which is trust.
Mm-hmm.
Like trust. We're the professionals. You might have your uncle can make clothes, but this is what you do for 30 plus years. You understand people's bodies, what they should look like. And I also love, this is one of my favorite things, just observing around the shop. You come here, Michael's always got great energy, clearly. But somebody's outside. He goes outside, opens the door, lady steps out, asking the guy, do you want an espresso, come in for a cigar, a couple of shots. I just love the vibe you set before they even get into the store.
The store's motto, and when my brother and I were sort of setting this up, and we wanted to create an environment where we want to shop.
Right,
you know, where you weren't, that old Cheers episode when you walked in, like when you went, hey, Danny, like, it's the same sort of philosophy in here. Look, you could always go to a place to buy clothing to, right? There are people out there, you could always find different price points and others, but a place that offer you all of those things and then offer you an environment that's hopefully not confrontational, it's not uneasy. I think that becomes...
It's forcing, it's selling.
No, it shows, no, it's not, look, I'm interested in the relationship with an individual. He may have come to me because of a tuxedo need, because somebody told him, because that's how this business was built, on referrals and others. And we're the highest rate of referral rate in the industry that we have. But we want to kind of keep that for all aspects of the person's life. And I've been fortunate enough in 30 some odd years, where a couple of years ago I did the guy's communion, or maybe bar mitzvah, whatever. Now I did his wedding. Now I'm doing their kids. So you see the sort of the maturation of this process in there. But yes, it's a relationship.
Well, it's a comfort too. Like I feel when I come in here, I'm so comfortable. I'm at ease. I'm not worried about anybody. Put this on. You make everybody relax.
Well,
and I think that's a big part of
the product. Speaks for itself to some degree. You have to stand for something. So quality of the product. I will never lose a customer because something doesn't perform to the expectation. My expectations in the product are far more than their expectations of that.
Sure.
So that's something that we do. There's a reason why we give a lifetime of free alteration with any product that people get. And I will tell you, there are a lot of great specialty stores out there that are on that same sort of a bandwagon, that they stand more than just that. Hey, here's where we have the product for you. It's the number one brand is you in the store. You're the brand that we got to try to build and do. And whatever we could do to do that, that's what we're here for.
And nowadays, everybody's doing everything on their phones. What's the quickest way I can get my stuff to you?
Right.
How do you feel? You know about Pinterest, right? And you got brides galore Pinterest, but you have guys that definitely go on Pinterest and see what's trendy.
Right.
They bring something to you and say,
"Oh yeah, no, we in fact, in that particular app, the Style Book is the name of the app that we're registered expert in there. If you go into Ask a Tailor, we own a website called AskYourTailor.com. So people send questions all the time, and we answer.
What's the craziest question you've ever done?
The craziest question I've ever done.
Something bizarre, something off the wall.
Somebody wanted to know if it was okay to machine wash a tuxedo, which is a really, some of the questions that was pretty bizarre too.
Yeah, which you don't machine wash.
Or how do they take a particular stain out of an item, and I don't want to tell you what kind of stains there were. Right. So you do get some of those things, and you do have to respond to it in as best way possible. Look, the simple question is whether should be wearing a belt to it, what kind of shoes are appropriate to it, how often you should dry clean a tuxedo is a question that I ask. A true answer to that question, a tuxedo really should never be dry cleaned per se. That's being used. It should be steamed. It should be cared for. Really after every 10th wearing, and if you get a little bit of a stain on it or a damp white towel. On the app, for example, we have those things about how often it should be dry cleaned. So there are the questions that often asks, and we do tell it. We have also partnered up in this area with dry cleaners. And we did a whole research on it. We tested all of them, and we found that because it's always been an adversarial relationship between dry cleaners and the people that provide clothing. it's performance, no, it's not like that. It's a common interest of both of us, and it has worked really, really well. We tell them, hey, here's what really needs to be done. A great shirt should never be starched, okay? They have to follow the OSHA standard. Yeah, they have to do OSHA standards. Like, we use buttons that do not break, okay, for a reason, because a lot of the dry cleaners don't change the pressing bucks. So we've embraced that, and we work with people who follow the OSHA standards. So all of that stuff on every stage of the way. So you came to me for the product, okay? You bought it. Well, that product has to perform. Well, the next stage is the dry cleaner, so we sort of help you with that area. Well, you may change weight. Well, we provide you with a lifetime of free alteration. So you come in, we make sure that it fits and continues to fit that way. So you service the clothing. So I think that's the kind of things that we have been able to cover. And you need partners for that. And the partners
I'm now 600 pounds, but my suit still fits from my wedding 20 years ago.
We guarantee up to 30 pounds of weight loss, so we can still make the item look good.